Hey, it's Rich from MagnaFlow, and Ryan's invited me down here to come take a look at the latest West Coast Customs project. And today, we have a Toyota Camry here. Not just any Camry, this is a Toyota Cup car piece, and I've got to figure out how we can get some cool NASCAR exhaust on this. So the first obstacle we have to overcome is making this street car be a lot more like that Cup car race car. And we do have a street car chassis, which means we have a lot of different things to take in consideration. Toyota's done their homework to make this Camry the best thing they can on the street, but side exit exhaust really wasn't part of the original equation. So I've got to figure out how we can do some routing, we got to control the heat, and of course give it that nice NASCAR sound. So it's cool to see that the guys here have already started taking apart things. We see all the dots from all the 3D laser scanning. They've got some fascia worked out, and we'll see that on the other side, but that's an important element here. The race car has side exit exhaust, and that's the big challenge because as you can see, there's really no provision. So we're gonna have to take a look at what's under. And on this side, you can see we already have the new ground effects in place, and we've got a position of where the exhaust has got to be. But if we take a look at what's under, we've got the stock exhaust traveling down the center of the tunnel, and everything is quite a bit lower. So trying to cross underneath this is gonna really impede upon ground clearance and is not really that optimal because if we look here, we've got brake lines, we've got fuel lines, evap system, tons of stuff that has fuel, and we really don't want to put heat around that. And trying to run the exhaust down the middle and exit at these 2 points is going to be a challenge because we've got a plastic gas tank, which means we simply can't get the exhaust that close. And as you can see, the guys at Toyota, obviously lots of heat shielding around the factory pipe, lots of space. We really just don't have it here without really compromising the overall ground clearance. So we've got to come up with a way that we're going to basically take this exhaust and have to split it off early and potentially come through the front area where the wheel wells are and keep it nice and tucked so we can travel down the side of the vehicle here and get to this exhaust port. So that means we're really going to take out all of this center exit stuff that's down the middle and really remove all of that so that we can have a true NASCAR style exhaust. So this is the final part, which is probably the most important part because this is the part that says NASCAR. It's that side exit exhaust. And you can see here that they've kind of taken all the cool effects from the latest variant of the NASCAR platform and they've incorporated into this fitment on the pretty much street legal Toyota TRD. The thing that we have to work with now is we've got some pretty cool looking tips, but because of the plastics, we do have to mitigate some heat. So we're gonna have to do some work here and kind of open up the material so there's a little bit of breathing room so that we don't have any of this make contact while this is going around the track, gonna heat up and cause anything that's gonna damage this cool fascia. So we've got a little bit of work to do here. This is the general idea, but the essence is we want it to have that style, we want it to have the sound, and of course we want it to have the look. So they've done a great job. I've got a lot to work with, and I know they've got a lot of fabrication work to do. And really one of the bigger things we wanted to talk about is making sure that this powertrain, which has got that V6 up front, is going to remain intact. The computer is going to be happy. So we're trying to keep everything that we're modifying behind the last sensor on the O2 sensors and making sure that that computer is going to run correctly so the car can achieve all of that horsepower on the track and create that sound we're looking for. This is one of the great parts I like with working with Ryan personally is that he's got a vision and he takes all the vendors that help participate in making those visions realities and he gives us the instructions to make sure that it's not just about style and sound, it's actually got to be about performance, fit, and functionality. And I know with NASCAR involved, this has got to be top notch. So I'm really excited to see where the team comes up and finishes all the fabrication to see what we get out of everything.